Okay, so where was I? So like I said, basically everything that I thought was gonna be my future and just happened at that time kind of just all went to the side for now. And that's when the Lord steps in and he's like, hey, look at me, like, I haven't left you, neither have I forsaked you, like, I'm right here waiting for you to just come home. So I went back to Missouri and not gonna lie, it was kind of strange. I went back to everything that I thought I was leaving like 3 days ago. And it was like 3 days later and I'm just right back to where I was. As confused and broken as I felt during this part of my life, I had never felt closer to God, that God was just reaching his hand out and begging for me to just lean on him because I had nothing else going on. So I was like, Lord, you have my full attention. So fast forward that summer, I just kind of, worked on myself, tried to heal my heart. At the same time, I was looking for what dance opportunity I wanted to take next because I was like, I'm not about to take a year off of dance. I want to keep dancing and I want to get better so that I can eventually, go try out again. So by the time DCC auditions are over, it kind of goes into NBA season of auditions. I remember sitting on the couch with my dad and we were looking for what teams were still available to try out for. There was a few left and I was just like, I don't know. And then I saw Denver and I was just like, you know what? Let's just take a leap of faith. Let's go. So I go down there, I take their last prep class, and then that weekend is like auditions. So I went to Denver, I tried out, I made it, and it was honestly such a cool experience. I had never been to an NBA game in my life, so it was really different, but it was literally so fun. The crowds are literally crazy because we just came off of winning the NBA championship, so it was like every game was sold out. So much fun, and I'm just really grateful for that experience. But I still struggled so much with feeling, alone. I just moved to this new state all by myself. I didn't know anyone. So that was a new thing to navigate for me since I had never moved away before. So fast forward, I danced on the Nuggets from as soon as I tried out in August till about April, to the end of the regular season. But about April rolled around and I made the decision to try out for DCC again. At that point, I was only 18, so I was like, I want to go try it while I'm young. I want to be in the best shape of my life. I want to give my all to this dream. So after the regular season of basketball was over, I chose to go home and start preparing for DCC. That consisted of getting my outfit ready, my solo ready, and all the things that I needed for auditions. Honestly, it was a lot less stressful because I knew what to expect from each round. So I submitted my first round solo and I made it, which was literally so exciting because I was just like, okay, one step in the right direction. So then I make second round and I submit my stuff and then I make it to finals and I am like, oh my gosh, like it's happening. I'm seriously over the moon excited again. So coming back to why I said earlier, my solo song was just such an important thing to me. So at finals, you perform a 1.5-minute solo of your choice to basically showcase your best style, your best everything to the judges. So as I was praying about what solo song I wanted to do, I was thinking, a jazz, kind of a Latin infused dance. But then the Lord was like, I want you to do a worship song. And I was like, really? Like, I'm not really a lyrical dancer. I honestly wrestled with it for a little bit. I was like, are you sure? Like, you think this is really what's gonna make me make it? And I was like, you know what? The only thing I wanna do right now is dance for the Lord. For all that you've brought me through, for all that we've been through, like, I just wanna dance for you. So I did The Goodness of God, and I was so excited to do it. Honestly, every time I did it in the studio practicing, I still think about it. I literally was gonna cry because I was just so excited to just do this audition differently. I was just such a different person, and this was honestly my testimony in a dance. And it was even just a special thing because I was like, oh, now what costume do I wear? And sitting in my closet was a costume that this girl gave me a while back, and it was this beautiful white leotard, and I was like, oh, like an angel. And I was just like, this is literally perfect. While I was praying last night, because I pray before I start writing notes about what I want to talk about in my curly chats, the Lord gave me 2 words, purpose and identity. I feel like those are 2 words that have stuck with me throughout the last 2 years, from my moment I graduated high school to still right now. I wrote that no matter the outcome of putting myself out there, I didn't change myself to conform to what the world wants. I did not conform to my circumstances, but stayed strong and awaited the breakthrough Jesus had for me. So many times throughout this story, I questioned, the timing of things and why things were happening. but I never wanted to question my identity. I wanted to have such a strong identity that I would not, no matter what team I tried out for, no matter who I met, no matter what I was doing, that I would not change me. It is such a peaceful and sustaining feeling knowing that your worth is in Jesus. So fast forward to finals day, I honestly had so much peace going into this day because I was like, this is for Jesus. This is all I got. This is my testimony in a dance, and I'm just gonna go out there and shine my light and hope they love it. That night when I made training camp, I could literally cry over and over and over thinking about this day. It was just such a moment of confirmation that I was in the right place at the right time. Okay, one thing to know about me is I am a huge journaler. I think it is so important to journal all through your life so that you can go back and look at what the Lord has done and just kind of on your testimony. That builds your testimony with proof that sometimes you forget. Oh, that happened. Oh, like God pulled through then. God did this. Like, it's so cool to look back and read where you were a year ago. But I wrote this note and I wrote DCC journaling. And I just started with one prayer, one note. I wrote on 6/15, which was right before, it was on finals day, but it was like, I think 30 minutes before they called us out to hear the results of who's going to training camp. I just wrote, thank you for this opportunity. I praise you, give you all the glory. Now let your will be done. I just wrote a little prayer and I had no idea what was about to happen, but I was like, I want to know how I felt right in this moment. So then I made training camp, and after that, I journaled every day of training camp. I won't stop too quick so you can't read it, but just from finals on, I journaled, and then I kind of journaled in and out throughout the season just to remember any of the big things that happened in my rookie year. I have everything from the feelings that I felt to just how every day of training camp went. I have anything that Kelly or Judy or someone said to me. I write it down just so I can remember so that, and I've used it during this season when I feel down or I just need just a reminder of, something that happened. I can go back and I'll just read this. Basically what I think journaling does is create a spiritual resume that, you're gonna have hard days. You're gonna be able to be like, Lord, what are you doing? What on earth? But you're like, you were so good then, so why aren't you gonna be so good now? You took me to the top. We didn't settle, we did all the way to the top. So I know that no matter what I do, I'm gonna get the best of it because you are in charge, you're writing my story. But anyways, now it is off season and I just wrapped up my rookie year, which I will probably start crying because I'm just overjoyed with the opportunities and the blessings that I've received on this team. It has been so amazing, and the teammates and my friends, I don't even look at them as teammates. I'm like, those are my best friends and I just get to dance with them because it's seriously just so amazing, and I'm so blessed that I came back and put myself out there and took a leap of faith and tried again. I feel like our biggest enemy is ourselves, and if I wouldn't have had the confidence to come back and try again, I would have missed out on all the blessings that the Lord has for me and everything that has happened today. But now I can look back and be like, I understand it completely. I was a completely different person a year ago when I tried out to now. So I know that was a lot, and honestly I went a little deeper than I thought I was today, going into my testimony and all that stuff. But I just pray and hope that through my vulnerability, it touched someone in some area. You might have connected to just a little snippet of my testimony, but I really hope that I have helped someone and someone can connect with me on a deeper level. But I'm also glad that you can see behind my social media and you can get to know me personally. I know I post, quotes and verses and songs that I sing, but I feel like this gives you an opportunity to see why I do those things and why I have such a passion for what I do. I hope something touched you or you just got to know me a little bit better today. But that is all for episode 2, and I'm so grateful that you stayed and watched again. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys next week.